Okay, so where we're at now, it says at the top of the page, it's Chachma Mucha Ichi Machshava Melgov. So it's inside, there's a thought in Panemius. Bina Liba B'Halev Mevin, we went through that yesterday. V'al in Trin Kasiv Anistaros L'Hashem Elokeinu. The hidden things are to Hashem Elokeinu. What does it mean exactly? It's interesting, he writes out like how he writes the name Hashem here, which we're talking about it in other places as a shilab. He doesn't show it in that sense. So we got to the phrase here, L'Hashem Elokeinu, Hanistaros L'Hashem Elokeinu, and there's this number Yud Aleph down below. So he says, Ki heim bebechinas penimius, halomos ve'ein lona chasaga rak b'hashisha kitzvah sheheim bebechinas guf v'hitzonius halomos. Moshe Kosa be'etz chaim and be'etz chaim. Bebir Yitzchak Yitzchak v'Kosa v'tam ki abba ve'ima nistarim b'zer anpen shemislav shimbo. So they're inside of Zer Anpen. As a result of that, you have to reach the level of Zer Anpen. So he said, Ramak Bepardes, here comes more of the notes, I call them the notes of the Ramaka, see if I can kind of understand it. Ki Achachmuhu Mocha is considered to be what we call Mocha. V'lechein Nikbrach Machshava, so therefore it's a Mocha and Machshava, Ki HaMachshava B'Moach. Bina B'Lev, Bina is the Lev. Raya lezecha b'masha amar Razal, maybe it's Rebbe Zal, Razal, no, Halev maybe, Ramaz shahalev b'bina, that the heart and from bina go together. So now you have the kind of thought, v'chavabina shebalev, heim pu'ulas nistaras shebaguf, there are things that are going on there that are hidden inside of the body. There's nothing more hidden, or maybe means more deeply embedded, where it cannot be seen, than thought and understanding. So he says again, I'm not sure what he means by the Tzura Olyona, but I guess he means if we're looking at them, Hamuach Shaba, Hamachshava has the thought for Halev Shaba and the heart, Bina, Hemachachba Bina Aleichem, they become Chachba and Bina. I think he means the Zer Anpen, Ne'emach Nistara, Shehem Hamachshava, Bina the Hashem Elokeinu, Shehem Hachachba Bina, Shehem Nekroim Hashem Elokeinu. So he added this in order to try to understand the last part of this phrase, which says that Hanistaros belong to Chachma and Bina. Hashem Elokeinu shehem hamachshava v'chavonus halev. So they're the thought and the understanding of the heart. Shehem Hanistaros ad kan, which are the things that are hidden. Okay, so now we're going to move to a different little sentence. And the sentence wants to talk about Keter. So the Keter Elyon Ihu Keter Malchus. It's Keter and Malchus. In regards to this, we have this phrase, Magid Mereshis Achris. Speak, I guess. And the beginning is the end. Ihi Karkafta Desfile. It's actually the skull, top of the skull, where you put your tefillin. Now, there's some discussion about that, because there's another nusach. The other nusach is karfach the deduchav at the tefillah. It's the top of the head, that head which does not have tefillin. So we'll see what he means, and we'll look back at. Oh, we're looking at the explanation. Okay, that's right. Okay, so quick look at the explanation. It says Keser Elyon. A Keser Shuhu Elyon Mikol Sefira Shaba'oza Olam. Because understanding in Ovi all the Olamos really have the same display. Ihu Keser Malchus. It's Keser and Malchus. Huba Bechinas Keser Malchus. What does this phrase mean? Ki malchus shel olam elyon na'aseh b'chinas keser olam ateh shel lamata b'menu. V'aseh kein hama'atzel ha'elyon kadei she'al yudei kein yiskashru kol olam zera b'zeh. So that means that the upper is inside of the lower, as is our case all the time. So he said, on this, it writes like this, V'olav ne'emar, magid mereshis achris, make the beginning the end. So he said, Ki mishu hu reshis, u'b'bechinas kaser v'olam hazeh, olam zeh, v'olam shalamala b'menu, u'b'chum malchus shenikras achris. Now let me see if I thought that was backwards. He who is reshis u'b'bechinas kaser, Ba'olam zeh, in this world, the very top of this world, Ba'olam shalamala b'menu, if you're looking at the world that's up above it, hu malchus shenikros achris. So that idea. V'hu karkafta the sefile, and he brings in here that there's another dusach, karkafta the lo monach tefile. So he says one is karkafta the tefile. V'chakeser hu ka'ayin golgolto shal tefillin. He says that's what it's like. It's like the skull which you put on tefillin. The hainu or that is some kind of, I don't know. He says the word hide. The or habatim. Excuse me. He says the or of the batim shebesochim monachos of parshios, and that because the parshios are inside of that, he says that's all what that's about. V'kol ken keser who sod agulgolas shebesochim meluvashim amochin, because he wants to say now that the mochin that we're talking about are meluvash inside of it, and that's its metaphor. The metaphor is just like tefillin has the 4 parshios inside of it, but you can't see them because it's covered by hide. So then you see the same thing is true of the karkafta. So let's go over and pick the little notes that he has here. And the note would be number Yud Bet. He says, I'll read the black print. He says, Keser Elyon, Ihu Keser Malchus. And coming down after the explanation, he has a number Yud Beis. So, Koser Reveidach Bezecha Bekamba becomes the Paparat Bashara Kise, Shuratzach Ma'atza Elyon, Shabachidas Malchus, Shabro Olam, Tirid, Hislavish, Bekeser Olam, Atachta, Memenu. That's what he wants to have happen. Because of Bashar Sidre Abiyah, so over there he explains under Perik Vav, he says, Ki zeh choy the to'elis olamos. This is for the purpose with the needs of the olamos. Kedei l'kasher zecha b'zecha kedei sheyuklu l'kabel ha'ara zecha b'zeh ayin sham. So that's the whole concept of one inside of the next. So that makes it possible to grow. V'zecha she'amar keser elyon shebe'olam shehiyah ihu b'bechinas keser al olam ahu. So it should be like a keser on that road. V'hu malchus shel olam elyon. But it turns out that it's a malchus of the. It's also at the same time more than one. It's the complete interface. V'alecha idmach magi gracious shehi gracious be'olam ahu achres shel olam shalamala b'menu. But Mamala Shas, they come to the Shas Ratzah. So let's read on, and we're going to go to number Yud Gimel, and in the black print it says, Va'alei Itmar, and this is written, Magid Mereshis Achris. And then we have a little Yud Gimel comes off of that, how is the beginning becomes the end, and behind the Chukamot, Shekasa the El and Daf Yud Aleph on the base, he said, Besod Magid Mereshis Achris, the Keter shehu reishes ba'olam hahu hu achri shel olam shalamala b'menu. That's from the Berachai Roiv. We heard that already from some elsewhere. So the Zelda showed the Eitz Chaim. This is less of the Eitz Chaim. He said v'zecha v'ani rishon v'ani achron. Ki Keter hu rishon v'hu achron v'hu. Now this I wouldn't have done it like this, but so I'm trying to understand what he did. He said, V'hu Achron, and it's also known as Ain. V'hu Ani, because Ain is also the words Ani. Now, here's how he explains this. How does this refer to Keser Malchus? He said, B'bechinas Malchus shel ma'atzel, asher bo hu Achron v'nikra Ani. So the Malchus, which is the lowest part of the upper parts of, is called Ani, I. It's called I. Shehu HaMalchus, which is Malchus, Ubebechinas Shorish Anatzalim, V'Shecha Bevohu, Ubebechinas Kassid. But if you wanted to look at a relationship of what's down below it, and it's the root of them, he says, Bechinas Shorish Anatzalim, of the children that come out from it, so to speak, Hu Rishon V'Nikra Ein. Now, Shehu Osius Ani, which is the same Osius as Ani, and Ein. So Ein, let me just see how, because I was trying to understand the opposite of the way he did it. Shehu Amalchus V'Bechinas Shorish Anatzalim, and so therefore it's considered to be Ein, nothing. Being relationship with down below, it's like the Keter, I guess, which is like nothing. So we're really out of time. This one has a little bit of arichos, so we'll stop right here, and we'll see it tomorrow. Call to.